season Thursdays, only on AXN.
Hi, I'm Rex Lita with the Midday News. Parliament will resume this afternoon at 2 p.m. Minister for Finance and Planning Rainbow Paita will be presenting a bill for an act to amend the Public-Private Partnership Act 2014, among others. Minister for International Security Peter Chamalili Jr. is anticipated to present a ministerial statement in regards to the increasing law and order issues in the country. Infrastructure development in the Matupit, Matalau, Nodup and Bai wards of the Kombiu local level government Rabaul district is progressing well. Contractors moved into these areas and have begun doing clearance to pave way for power poles to be erected and putting in place necessary infrastructure such as roads.
Vital services in these communities were destroyed following the twin volcanic eruptions in 1994. But this is about to change with the 4 million Kina Rural Electricity Project and 2 million Kina Namanula Road upgrade. Supervised by the district technical team and contractors, locals this week are being engaged in the clearance exercise, chopping down trees with chainsaws along marked areas where the power poles will be established. District Civil Works Office said starting last Tuesday, contractor Kokopo Plant Hire have commenced clearance and road upgrade to pave way for the power supply extension for Matupit Ward and also Matalau, Nodup and Bai wards. Rabaul District Administrator Benedict Mode commended the progress work so far, saying the positive impacts of power supply and proper road networks will play major roles in enhancing living conditions and supporting economic growth. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape and the President of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, President Ismail Toroama, have jointly resolved to uphold the authentic Melanesian tradition of resolving disputes through transparent dialogue and consultation, aiming to achieve a lasting and peaceful solution. This resolution was reached during the joint supervisory body meeting held in Port Moresby yesterday. Acknowledging the complexity of the independence choice made by the people of Bougainville in 2019 referendum, both President Toroama and PM Marape expressed their unwavering commitment to collectively address shared issues. Key resolutions and endorsements made during the JSB meeting include the pathway to Parliament will be through a sessional order. The sessional order will only be moved after the content of the motion is agreed upon by the National Minister for Bougainville Affairs and Autonomous Bougainville Government, Minister for Bougainville Independence Mission Implementation, and that the motion will be adopted by a simple majority. New Island Governor Sir Julius Chen has lauded the recent New Island Day celebrations held on July 26th and 27th at the Kavian Stadium as a resounding success. The two-day event, the first of its kind in New Ireland, witnessed a massive turnout with people flocking in from all over the province and other parts of Papua New Guinea, including Port Moresby and the Highlands.
Addressing the organizing committee during a debriefing session, New Ireland Governor Sir Julius Chen expressed his gratitude for their hard work and dedication in making the celebrations a grand affair. Dignitaries, including Japanese ambassador to Papua New Guinea and a delegation from the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, graced the event, adding significance to the occasion. The celebrations featured a wide range of activities, with prizes awarded for various competitions, including beautification, choir, string band, governor's essay, canoe racing, aquathlon, floats, and the Mr. and Miss New Ireland contest. The event also showcased the vibrant cultural heritage of New Ireland through traditional performances and games. Recognizing that not everyone could attend the central event in TVWAN, the governor called for a more localized program for Independence Day on September 16th, allowing each ward Independence Committee to organize their own celebrations. The New Ireland Day celebrations fostered a strong sense of unity and pride among the people, and the joyous atmosphere prevailed throughout the province. Susan Oriape, TV1 News.
Police Commissioner David Manning confirmed the arrest of Max Malipe Piacola, a wanted individual involved in a series of crimes in the Mount Bosavi area. The suspect was allegedly responsible for armed robbery, murder, rape, and recent kidnapping of 17 girls. After a successful manhunt, Piacola was apprehended in Tari, Ela province, with a homemade pistol and ammunition. He is currently in custody in Port Moresby. Commissioner Manning praised the effort of security forces and warned criminals that the law will catch up with them. In regional news, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has sent his condolences to families of crew on a chopper which crashed on Queensland's coast, with activity in White Sundays changing from a search and rescue to a recovery mission.
Choppers circling, continuing the search, but now their focus has moved from rescue to recovery.
It is now clear that any hope of finding Captain Lyon, Lieutenant Nugent, Warrant Officer Laycock and Corporal Nags alive has been lost.
The men were crewing the MRH-90 chopper when it ditched into the ocean in the Whitsundays late on Friday night.
It is clear there was a catastrophic impact.
The men from Sydney's 6th Aviation Regiment were on a training exercise as part of Talisman Sabre.
Defence exercises are serious. They carry risk, and as such, they are dangerous.
They've paid the ultimate price. Their families have been told they could not have survived.
This effort will continue. We'll be bringing our mates home to their families and to their regiments.
But it's proving challenging, with key parts of the wreckage yet to be located. The ADF says recovery efforts are being hampered by strong currents and tidal movements in the waters around the Whitsundays. The passage is also deep, and sonar equipment and specialist divers have been deployed. Questions are also being asked about what went wrong, including why the troubled fleet of taipans was still in use.
A lot of concerns about the airworthiness of the MRH-90, well documented on both sides of politics.
The investigation is going to be thorough. We need to understand what occurred. If there are steps which then need to be taken, we need to take those steps, and until all of that has happened, the MRH-90s will not fly.
Boaties in the Whitsundays heard the late-night Mayday call.
It said helicopter down. I went, oh shit.
Any rescue is hard, but when you're looking for your own friends and workmates, heartbreaking.
For now, the focus is on supporting the men's families and their workmates.
They were soldiers and they were sons, husbands, brothers, fathers and friends.
American military analysts will soon be sent to work at the Defense Intelligence Organization in Canberra as both allies intensify joint effort to scrutinize the move of states like China, Russia and North Korea in the region. Australia Defence Minister Richard Marles said that while the US and Australia already had deep intelligence ties and shared large amounts of information, the announcement represented a significant step forward towards seamless intelligence ties. US analysts from the Defence Intelligence Agency and their Australian counterparts says that they are likely to focus sharply on China's military footprint in the region and its moves to recent security ties with countries across Asia and the Pacific. In sports, making the finals for the first time in PNG's domestic rugby league competition in last year's DGCL Cup, Central Dabaris embarked on the 2023 DGCL ExxonMobil Cup season with hopes to make the finals. However, the gas resources-sponsored side find themselves outside the top 6, with just one match remaining for the regular season before finals. The Gas Resources-sponsored Central Dabaris entered Lays Rugby League Oval on Sunday for the round 15 match. They were sitting on 7th place, just outside the top 6, with an aim to grab a win. For the entirety of the match, the Central Province franchise put up a strong fight to back their previous weekend's win. However, the PRK Mandy Murug showed more class, walking away with an extra 2 points. The contest ended 22-20 in favour of Murugs. Dabaris head coach Stephen Gunua said his side had a chance to pull off a win, but they could not capitalize on opportunities. Dabaris will regroup and give one final shot at the win this weekend against Kimber Katas. The Central Dabaris started the season very well with a couple of early wins. It is safe to say they peaked at the wrong time of the season, losing their form at the back end of the season and all hopes for the finals. As it is, results for this weekend's matches for Port Moresby Vipers, Goroka Lahanis and Mandy Murugs will determine whether they play finals football. In the meantime, their focus is on winning their next game. Meanwhile, the top 4 sports in the DGCL ExxonMobil Cup looks booked for the finals with EPG Anga Miox, Croton Hala Wigman, Lays Next Tigers and East New Britain Rabaul Gurias. Mandy Murugs, Goroka Lahanis, Port Moresby Vipers and Central Dabaris will be battle it out in the final round of the competition to claim the remaining 2 spots and make the cut for the finals. New Zealand Rugby League Chief Executive Greg Peters has claimed the country fielding a women's under-23 team at the Solomon Islands Pacific Games for the first time represents a great opportunity for selected players. Men's Rugby League has featured at the Pacific Games since 2007, with the first women's tournament held in Samoa 4 years ago. The 9th format featuring 9 players in each team and shorter matches compared to the 13-a-side version of the sport is on program against Solomon Island in 2023. Fiji are the men's and women's reigning champions. Female players aged 20 to 23 based in New Zealand are eligible to represent the country in the sport at the Games, scheduled for the 19th November to 2nd December. Midday Governor Ramsey Pariwa has initially the Labour Mobility Programme for the Midday Province with the support of the Labour Mobility Unit based under Treasurer. As such, awareness session has been carried out covering the purpose of the programme, background information, criteria and the contact information. According to the Governor's Office, the programme aims to reduce unemployment rates of the people in Midday, especially the youth population, and in process reduce lawlessness and disorder. First applicants must meet the following criteria, which includes being indigenous Midday or born and raised in Midday, have a form of identification passport and COVID vaccine card. Registered youth who are successful will be employed, but a fixed salary for the various work done from the Overseas Recruitment Programme. That has been the TVWAN News for today. More at 6 p.m.